If I were to count the number of stories I've written and produced over my 4 years as a journalism student and less than a year as a full-time reporter, I'd probably say around 100, likely more. My journey in this career began in DC in 2019, the year I first stepped foot on the campus of my HBCU, Howard University. Just being in that environment opened up doors for me, such as reporting at the White House and covering Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's Supreme Court nomination. But no experience could I beat when I walked across that stage and became the first person in my family to graduate college. A year later, I found myself here, back in my hometown in South Jersey, spending my days covering local and breaking news in the community I grew up in. Returning home, away from the roots I planted in DC, has been a journey of rediscovery in itself. And just like every other writer, I've encountered that familiar wall where I find myself unsure of where to start with the telling of this story. But whenever I usually encounter this block, especially when reporting, my initial steps are to research once again, hopefully to gain a new perspective. If that doesn't work, I turn to my previous online articles, hoping to draw inspiration from passion clips, stories that have made my heart beat fast, as well as my favorite articles that have appeared in print publications, ranging from Star Ledger to S&M Magazine, a startup project about relationships in music. However, there are moments when researching and revisiting clips fails to ignite that spark. Some stories demand more, a deep search and investigation for the narrative's heartbeat that will give the story that memorable lead. Now, I've always excelled at telling other people's stories, uncovering what makes them unique and newsworthy, but finding what makes you unique is always more difficult, even when sifting through old archives, photos, and memorabilia that speak to your personal journey. But when all else fails, I've learned that another way to overcome this block is to hit the streets, go back to your sources, and do some field reporting. And this time, the story leads me back to my roots in Vineland, New Jersey, where I currently reside. The high school where I first realized my passion for becoming a reporter. And my favorite retreat for a change in scenery when working from home. In this pursuit of the story, my story, I've come to realize that each article I publish, every narrative I've shared and been a part of, are reflections of my journey. And sometimes the lead, the award-winning headline, isn't about the major discovery uncovered through reporting, but rather the journey taken to arrive there.